Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Muhammad Ilyas and today in this video we are going to see about HTML element. So let's start the video. Okay, so in the last video we saw how we can create first HTML app and how we can see in the browser. And now let's see about HTML element. So first I'll open this folder in VS Code. For that I'll click here and write CMD, which will open command prompt, and then here I'll type it as code space dot and then enter. So it will open this folder into VS Code. And there are other ways also you can open the folder in the VS Code. One is like you can click on files and then open folder. With that you just need to select the folder and you can open it. Okay, so let's create one more file for the HTML elements. I'll name it as 02 HTML elements dot HTML. So extension we should not forget actually whenever we are creating HTML file. It should be like .html only. So let's click enter and here we have this file. So let's talk about HTML elements. So HTML element is a syntax of HTML. So as we have the other languages will where we have the syntaxes, right? So same thing we will have in the HTML also. So we need to write the content inside the tags, or we can say element. Okay, we can also call it as tag or element. Okay, so, like other documents, we will have headings, paragraph, or any other format, data kind of thing, right? So, based on that, based on their properties, we'll have the categorization of the elements. Okay. So, if it's a heading, so we'll have heading tag. If it's a paragraph, then paragraph tag. Like that way, the elements or tags will work. Okay. So, let's start with the basic syntax where we'll have to uh, write like this. So first angular braces, then HTML, and then close brackets. And you see there are two tags right now. So this first tag is called as opening tag, and this is the closing tag. Okay. So closing tag will have the slash in it, and opening tag will have only like name with the angular braces around. Okay. So inside this we'll have two tags. First is head and then we will have the body tag. Okay, so here what is the difference between head and body? So head is having the data where we'll have the icon, website title or some other thing, and body where we are going to write our actual content in it. Yes. So as I mentioned, in the head, we'll have icon, we'll have title, right? So let's write the title here. So in order to write title, you can, if you write directly HTML element, it will not going to work, because if we are saying title, it's have some properties. Okay. So for that, we need to have a tag, which we can call it as title. So you have to write it in angular basis, that title, and then close it, and with the closing also closing tag, and this HTML element will take it inside this. Inside means this space you can see between this open and closing tag. Okay, so between this you have to write your content. Okay, so I have saved this file and let's open into the browser. In order to open it, what we have to do is we need to go to our file explorer, and from here you can see this file we have 02 HTML element. Let's double click on that, so it will open here. So now you see we are getting our title here, HTML element. Okay, so let's change the title and let's check one more time. So I'll just do element. I have added hyphen here. Okay, so let's go back to the browser and let's refresh. Okay, now you can see this is changed. Okay, so similar way you can add a title to your web page with this title tag. Okay, with open and close. Between this you have to write the data, and in the body tag, as I mentioned, this is the tag in which we are going to write all the content. Okay, so let's write it as HTML element description, and let's save it and let's go back and let's refresh here. So now you see whatever I have written in the body tag, that is display here, and whatever I am returning in the head, right, that is displaying over here. So head will have the metadata of the web application, and the body will have the content of the application. Yes. So as we are writing the content directly in the body, instead of that, let's use few of the elements. Okay. So let's start with a heading. So let's have a heading into our web application. So for the heading, right, for the heading tags, we are having 6 different tags with 6 different properties. Okay. So let's use the first heading tag, which is called as h1. Okay. So I'm just opening the angular braces and h1 and then close the angular braces. Okay, so if you are not getting this closing tag directly, you need to create it. Okay, for that, angular open and then slash and then h1 and then close it. Okay, so this is how you can open and close, and inside that you can write the name. Okay, so let's save it. I have written Elon Musk and this is as a heading. So let's go to browser and let's refresh our page. And now you can see we got Elon Musk, and it's like something different with this. Okay, when we use the tag, some extra properties are added to the text. Okay, let's compare with the earlier thing which we have written, which is HTML elements description. So this I am using without any tag, and here we have used Elon Musk as with a tag. Okay, so let's see the difference between this and this. Okay, so let's go to the browser, let's refresh the page, and now you see HTML element description is coming normally, like without having any bold thing or like size change and all. Okay, but Elon Musk, the heading which we use h1 tag, it is having some extra properties. Okay, so this is the difference between using the tag and if you are not use the tag, how it will going to display. Okay. So this is the difference between both of that. Okay. So now let's add few other tags. So we have heading now in our web app. Let's add some paragraphs here. Okay. So for the paragraph, I'll just copy some content from the Wikipedia page, and let's go back to VS Code. To add paragraph, right, we have a paragraph tag which we can call it as p tag. Okay, so let's open the angular braces and write p and then close it, and inside that just write paste the content. Okay, so yeah, let's save it, and you can see we have our content inside this, and here you can see we have the closing p tag also. Okay, so let's save this and let's go back to the browser and let's refresh the page, and now you can see we are able to get the paragraph also in our web application. Okay, so similar way you can have the 6 different tags for the heading, but for paragraph it's only one. So paragraph tag we have only one tag. Okay, so let's use the other tags also, h2 tag, and I'll copy the same data inside this and we'll compare how it's exactly the properties are different. H3 and H4, H6. Okay, so I have saved this and let's go back to browser and let's refresh it. So now you see, so all 6 heading tags we have used, and every tag has different properties in it. Okay, so you can see h1 is the biggest tag and h6 is the smallest tag. Okay, so like this we have all the heading tags. Okay, based on that, based on the format, you can use it. Okay, so you might get a question like why, what will happen if we give the h7 also. Okay, so let's try that also and see the difference what it will give. Okay, so I'll create h7 and let's paste the same thing inside that, and let's go back and let's refresh it. Now you see we are getting it with normal. Okay, so as h7 tag is not even exist, but we are able to create it, but it will, as it's not there, it will not going to have any property. So that's the reason it's not giving anything. It's having normal text over here. Okay, so if no tag is there, if like the element is not there, it will not going to have any property, but you can able to ask, like you can able to provide it like this. Okay, as I have provided like h7 tag, you can able to do that, but again it's not a tag, so it, for the better practice you should not use that. But again, if you use that, it will not going to give you any extra property. It will have only normal text in it. Okay. Yes. So this is about our HTML syntax and HTML elements. Okay. So in the syntax, we have seen that it should be in the HTML tag. Okay. It should be enclosed inside the HTML tag. Inside, you will have only two tags. Okay. In the HTML tag, you should be having only two tags, which is first is head and second is the body. Head will contain the metadata of the web application, which we can call it as title, icon, or some other things. Okay, so we'll going to see that in the later videos, but head will have the metadata, we can say. Okay, and body will have the content, whatever we want to show into our web application, that we have to write inside the body tag. Okay, and inside the body tag we saw that all the heading tags, all the 6 heading tags, and also the paragraph tag. Okay, so this is about the HTML elements. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel and give a like if you feel this video is helpful to you, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.